All right, this is going to be about Schaeffer's domestic abuse charge. It's going to be the nail in the coffin that kind of puts it away so that nobody can ever bring this up again against Schaeffer Cox. I want you guys to recall Proverbs 22:1. It says, "A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold." Okay, here's what Schaeffer wrote to me regarding the domestic abuse charge. "Hi, Rudy. The incident with me and Marty goes like this. We were driving down to Anchorage at night in a snowstorm right after I had come out publicly against the drug unit and OCS. I was accusing her mom of being in cahoots with the feds against me. I just had a hunch. Anyway, I wouldn't let it go, and I ended up getting pixie slapped in the mouth for talking bad about her mom with no proof. It turned out that I was exactly right, but I didn't know it at the time. When I got slapped, I pushed Marty over into her seat with one hand, drove with the other, and kept my eyes on the road until I pulled over. We made a truce and agreed to drop it. I apologized for making an unfounded accusation, and we drove on in silence because Marty could tell that I still believed in my unfounded accusation. When we got to her mom's house in Anchorage, Marty confronted her mom when they went out for dinner. Her mom, who is a system-worshiping statist schoolteacher, responded by calling the cops on me. They came and talked to Marty, took pictures of her to show that there were, I think he means no signs of a fight, and then dropped it and left. But a week later, the FBI and the head of drug unit picked it up again, and you know the rest of the story. And the rest of the story is that FBI agent Sutherland said that if you don't plead guilty to this domestic violence charge, we're going to take your kids away for 10 months. And so Schaeffer told me that while I don't ever, want to plead guilty, and that a good name is more precious. What's the Bible verse say again? A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. He said he's a young man. You got to understand, he's in his early 20s. When they're threatening to take his kids away, he said, "Hey, I'll just plead guilty. Don't take my kids away." Okay, now listen to Stephen Scrocky during the trial bring up Schaeffer's domestic abuse charge, and constantly in front of the jury, they're bringing up that he pled guilty to the domestic abuse charge. He pled guilty. He pled guilty. Let's listen.
The trial is this. They're saying, "Oh, we're going to send the state notice. You guys come and participate if you want." Who's going to do that? The Denny's? Come on. But the operative force and effectiveness is serious. People can joke about whether the verdict over the Grand Slam and all that stuff, but the operative effectiveness is serious. One is, he thinks, and the people in the room think, that this is going to absolve a charged case from the state of Alaska. It's going to go away. Because I'm sovereign, and we don't play by the rules. The bigger piece is, he's wiping out, by this verdict, the plea of guilty on the domestic violence situation in his life. You think that was a fair trial?
Okay, did you hear that? He said the bigger piece is he thinks he's wiping out a plea of guilty on a domestic violence charge against his wife. They're constantly putting that in front of the jury, that he's a wife beater. He's a wife beater. This man is a wife beater. He pled guilty. Okay, that was back in... Thank you, babe. Bye. I love you. Thank you for your help. Okay, that was back in February of 2010. Okay, February 2010. Now, this video was uploaded in May of 2010. Okay, and he's with his wife. Listen.
Because what we did, we didn't try to change the politicians. We didn't try to get, even though we don't have sheriffs. We didn't try to get our sheriffs on board. The only people that we dealt with was ourselves. Was with the people who understood, because the only person that you can change is you. And so you need to be yourself. What you have been asking others to be.
Okay, now this video was uploaded on May the 23rd of 2010, which is right after February when he did the so-called domestic violence charge. Now, here's the nail in the coffin. I promised you guys a nail in the coffin, right? I found the pictures that the FBI or the cops took when they went out. Okay, so let's look at the pictures that they took when they came to visit Schaeffer's wife after his mother-in-law called the cops on him. Let's see this terrible domestic violence abuse. You guys see that? Do I need to make it bigger? You guys see any abuse in that picture? Any domestic violence abuse? What about that picture? You guys see any domestic violence abuse in that picture? Does that look like a woman with a black eye and a bloody eye? And does she look abused to you? These are the pictures that were on the cop discovery hard drive. Okay, there you go. You've seen the same pictures that the cops took, and I'd ask yourself, does this rise to the level of pleading guilty to a domestic violence charge so that when Schaeffer's on trial for his life, that Stephen Scrocky brings it up in front of the jury over and over again? He pled guilty to a domestic violence charge. He pled guilty. The FBI threatened to take away his kids if he didn't plead guilty. Do you see how manipulative they are? Do you see how evil these bastards are? And they'll turn families against each other, and they'll try to do anything whatsoever to paint a horrific picture of a good man. That's what they've done. They've imprisoned a good man, and they've used manipulated evidence to do it.